In this installment, we have the AFC Divisional Playoffs between number 4 seed Cincinnati Bengals and number 1 seed Tennessee Titans. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your AFC Divisional Playoff matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. We have made it to the second week of the playoffs, and I'm here to break down this for you. Very juicy matchup here. The upstart young Cincinnati Bengals versus the tough and rugged Tennessee Titans. They got the running game back now to go along with their passing of Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. Very, very intriguing matchup. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsD. And let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with the captain spot for this showdown slate between the Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. I know this is a very highly anticipated game because there's a lot of people on the Bengals side. Obviously, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase is a lot of fun on that Bengals side. And then the Tennessee Titans run a little bit of a boring offense, but they get things done. All right. They have some major wins all season long with against top competition. Really impressive. Before I deep dive into it, just look at some of these wins. They already beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They've beaten the Buffalo Bills. They've beaten the Indianapolis Colts. That's just some of them. They've beaten the 49ers. There's been some huge wins coming from this Tennessee Titans team. So they are 100% bona fide on why they are the number 1 seed. So now let's deep dive into this and see what side I'm going to lean on and really get a nice build on these one-game lineups. Okay, you really got to pick a side and really understand the game script so you can definitely get to the top of these tournaments, all right? Starting off with the captain position will be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is coming back, all right? Number 22 on the 22nd is coming back, and this man should get his full workload. I expect this offense to be in some very good opportunities in the red zone, and Derrick Henry is going to be that guy to cash it in, okay? I understand that the Bengals, technically, if we look at fantasy points allowed to running backs to end the season, they are second ranked and ninth ranked. But a key measuring point right here is they're allowing 4.3 yards a carry. Okay? 4.3 yards a carry. That is not good. That is very not good. And if we go back to that game where it was the Bengals against the Raiders, if the Raiders stuck with the run, they had an avenue and path to a win. Last week, they gave up 6.4 yards per carry to running backs to Josh Jacobs. What do you think is going to happen to Derrick Henry and Donta Foreman? Obviously, Donta Foreman will be spelling in Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry should get a full workload. This is what they waited all for the rest of the season for him to come back in this situation. He's primed and he's ready for this run. So I'm not going to be a wait and see because there's no reason to wait and see. The time is now, and we're going to take full advantage of Derrick Henry. When everyone wants to wait and see, I'm not sure. Forget that. We're going to play Derrick Henry, number 22, on the 22nd day of January, and he's going to have a great game. I love him at the captain position. Now, these other options coming from the Bengals side, this is how I kind of see this game. The Tennessee Titans across the board are top 10 in defensive rating and DVOA. And in Cincinnati has been struggling. Like I said, against running backs. They gave up 6.4 yards a carry to Josh Jacobs. And against quarterbacks, even ending the season, they were 18th and 16th ranked. They gave up 310 yards passing to Derek Carr. Derek Carr rarely has 300 passing games. All right. So the next person I'm going to go to as a possible captain is going to be A.J. Brown. All right. A.J. Brown, top tier talent. And I definitely see Tannehill really connecting with A.J. Brown. Look at this game against the 49ers, and that's a stout defense. If he really wants to force feed him, he can, and by all means, he probably will. 11 for 16, 145 in the TD. There's no corner that can stop A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is his own enemy if it's for injury or uh, maybe they just run the ball. But A.J. Brown is a top tier talent, finally healthy, and in this playoff game, I expect him to show up. So I like him as another captain option. If I'm looking for someone on the Bengals side, um, obviously, I expect Vrabel to focus in on Jamar Chase, but this man, I think they're going to get to their value, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow off of Valium. I expect the Bengals to be down and trying and playing catch up, so they're going to be forced to throw the ball. So that's when I see Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow getting to their value. Obviously, this man is unguardable. They're going to have to double coverage or do some type of bracket coverage. Definitely keep an eye on Jamar Chase. Can't leave him alone. And rarely in one-on-one situations against this secondary. But Jamar Chase is definitely worth a captain spot because, like I said, I do see Tennessee up and I do see Cincinnati trying to play catch up. All right. And that's where you can look at Joe Burrow as well. Joe Burrow has been solid, finishing the season very well. And then against the Raiders, he did what he had to do, didn't get into mistakes, but this is a game where this Tennessee Titans defense, if they get that pass rush going with Bud Dupree and the other guys that they have, and Vrabel puts up a scheme against this young quarterback in this type of game, Vrabel has the defense to fluster Joe Burrow. So, can he get to his value where it's 17 to 20 fantasy points? Yes. Can you fade Joe Burrow? Yes. In this situation, you can. Going up against the number one AFC seed right here, and they really lean on that defense. They have finished very well to end the season. So we're gonna damper the love on Joe Burrow just a little bit, but I do have to mention him because I do see a scenario where they do have to play a little bit of catch up, and that's where Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase can get their value. So we'll definitely put them in the pool. All right, but there is a disclaimer on them. I do not like Joe Mixon. Okay, across the board all year long, the Titans against running backs has been number 1 and number 5 in the red zone against running backs. They've been very stout stopping the run. If we're looking at Joe Mixon, it's because of the receptions. All right, so we have some consistency here in week 19, 17, and 16, whereas 4 for 5, 7 for 8, and 6 for 6. So you see an increase in receiving. That's going to be why you're going to play Joe Mixon in this game. And if they're down, definitely that's where these receptions will come out. Nice little dump off passes, little screens here and there. That's where Joe Mixon can separate himself. So we'll definitely put him in the pool. But another disclaimer there as at the captain position. Ryan Tannehill is going to be another option at the captain position. Not one of my favorites. I lean more towards A.J. Brown, especially Derrick Henry, and then Jamar Chase is like a third. But if you want to if you see some upside with this, Tannehill is able and willing to do some amazing things. He can pass the ball. He was struggling in that midseason, but he's finished and cleaned things up at the end of the season. And also, he has upside with his rushing ability. Against Miami, 4 for 7. Against San Francisco, 3 for 22. And then he has a little run here, week 15, touchdown with 18 yards rushing. Jacksonville, 29 yards in the touchdown. He has a lot of touchdowns rushing, and it's usually coming from that goal-to-goal situation. Even with Derrick Henry in the lineup, he was doing a lot of QB sneaks or a lot of bootlegs, getting open and running it in for a touchdown because he has upside there as well. So that's why I like Tannehill. I like the connection between him and A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. And then his capabilities in the rushing department. If we're looking at fantasy points allowed to wide receivers, the Bengals are 20th. Okay? And then they're 15th in the red zone department. Now we got two top tier talents here. Julio Jones is going to show up for this playoff game, and that's clear cut. And then A.J. Brown is a complete monster. So I like Tannehill. Definitely have to mention him in this. All right. Now we're going to move on to our flex options. All right, we have a lot of flex options here, a lot of ways you can go. We're going to first start off with T. Higgins, okay? T. Higgins is going to be the number 2 guy in this offense. It's really a up and down between him and Tyler Boyd. Who do you like more? Okay, because we do expect Vrabel to focus in the defense on Jamar Chase. So a secondary guy, will it be T. Higgins in this one, or will it be more of the slot receiver, move the chains with Tyler Boyd? It can be him. He definitely has upside there as well. So we'll put both of them in this mix. T. Higgins has big upside, 46 fantasy points against Baltimore. He has some other big games against San Francisco where he had 19. And he has another game against the Chargers, 31, and against Pittsburgh, 26. So you see that upside there. He was able to have 1,000 receiving yards this season. Great sequel to his first year. Obviously, Jamar Chase has taken the number 1 ranks, but T. Higgins has still been very solid. Tyler Boyd, I did mention him. He's going to be your consistent guy. This should be a definite flex. 100% flex, because look at the consistency each and every week for a very nice price. 6,400. They bumped them up just a little bit, but that's fine. Raiders, 4 for 5 for 26 and a touchdown. He has 4 weeks in a row with a touchdown. I'll probably bump up Tyler Boyd over T. Higgins in this. He'll be the forgotten man. C.J. Uzomah is not going to be a factor in this. Tennessee Titans take out the tight end position as well. So they really focusing on running backs and tight ends, and they do give up some things to wide receivers. So if I'm looking for someone that's going to move the chains, Tyler Boyd will be that guy. Let's move over to another option at the flex, and that will be Julio Jones. This veteran gets another opportunity in the playoffs. Hopefully, he wants to make up for that horrible game where it was Atlanta against the New England Patriots. He made some great catches in that game, but Julio Jones gets another chance at a possible opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. I know he's going to take full advantage of that. Finished strong in Week 18 against Houston, 5 for 9 for 58 and a touchdown. I expect him to wake up again in this game and hopefully get another touchdown. Definitely. You have that type of 1-2 punch, and you know this is a game he's going to show for. So give me Julio Jones. 2 of my favorite flex options are right there, Tyler Boyd and Julio Jones. Let's continue going down. I want to pick a part of this Cincinnati's 32nd ranked defense against tight ends. And the dude that's been popping up has been Anthony Firkser. All right. They do a lot with Pruitt, and they do a lot with who are the other tight ends that they got? Hold on. They got Anthony Firkser, they got Pruitt, and Jeff Swain. All right. But they're getting less snaps. All right. Firkser is getting the majority of the snaps, and hopefully he gets an opportunity in that red zone area where he can take full advantage of this 32nd ranked tight end defense. In the last 2 weeks against Houston, 4 for 56 and a touchdown, and then against Miami, 3 for 24 and another touchdown. Very solid performances, getting you over 10 fantasy points. I am not shy to go this route at 5,200. I love Anthony Firkser. All right, this is the 32nd ranked defense. I'm gonna pick them every single week. All right, if they continue to last. But like last week, Darren Waller had 7 catches for 76 yards. That's great. Firkser can do something very similar to that, because all the eyes are going to be on controlling that box, trying to stop Derrick Henry. Oh my God, they got A.J. Brown. Oh my God, they got Julio Jones. And then you forget about these other options that they do have. So Anthony Firkser is one of them. And then Westbrook Ikine, this is the 3rd wide receiver. He can have a possibility at one of those opportunities at a touchdown at a very cheap price. You can look at him as well. Other than that, the only defense I'm choosing will be the Titans, because I see Vrabel trying to fluster Joe Burrow, and I think he could be successful in that way. And also, we can look at both kickers in this game. If Cincinnati's not able to put it in the end zone, because this is a very stout defense on the Tennessee side, then we can see Cincinnati's just putting up points on the board and living to see another down. All right, so McPherson and Randy Bullock will be options at the kicker spot. I like the Titans defense. I am not playing the Bengals defense. This is not a good matchup for them. And then other than that, I do not want to go anywhere lower. Maybe you could choose Jeff Swain, or maybe you could choose a Donna Foreman because they're balancing the snaps with the running back. But the cheapest I would go would probably Jeff Swain if they get creative with the tight end position in the red zone. So that's how cheap we'll go. Let's finish off with our guaranteed three that we're going to have in each and every lineup. We're going to start off with Derrick Henry. I love A.J. Brown. And what did I say? I love Jamar Chase. So it's either Jamar Chase or we can go with Tyler Boyd, okay? Tyler Boyd has been very, very efficient, okay? Super efficient each and every week. He has a nice touchdown streak, and I think that continues in this game as well. Double-digit points in the last six weeks straight, so you can't go wrong with that. I'm trying to bring you safety and stability in these lineups and then give you some upside with some big explosive players like Derrick Henry, AJ Green, and Jamar Chase. Okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any other ideas at the captain or flex position, please let me know in that comment section down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're a viewer and you're not a subscriber. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. The goal is 1K. We're currently at 726. We're on our way, guys. I appreciate you so much, and peace out.